And so yeah, and let me add this title. There's no. I know I went live. This wasn't live, but I decided to go live. Hey, Blind Bro. This was originally a video, but I decided to go live, and I gotta be right back. I forgot my drink. Yeah. So yeah, that's my new laptop, guys. So like I was gonna make this a video. Yeah, I'm back. Guys, I was gonna come back for Thor. When I saw Thor, I was gonna come back. Then my computer, yeah, my computer. I had to get a new computer, a new laptop, and that derailed my plan to do Thor. And so I had to wait about a week and a half to get a new computer, and here I am. Here I am. And what I was talking about things. It sucks, man. It sucks. Well, in case you haven't noticed, like, in case since I went live, what I was talking about was Comic Con, sports. What else? A little bit of wrestling. Yeah. And I think this camera actually is this camera better than my last camera? My last laptop's camera? I think this is a better camera. You know what? Since I'm back, be right back. I'm gonna get my headset. Yeah, I thought so too, man. It does look much better. And so yes, I'm gonna let you guys on. If you want to come on. You know what? Here. Come in. I'm just gonna post it here. I'll be right back again. Feel free to come on. Yes, I know there is no thumbnail because I was planning to make this There we go. Hey George.
Hey, Aaron, long time no see.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm back to my old full time work hours for the summer, and I'm actually enjoying work this summer than last summer.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I work at summer camp, and so far this year has actually been a lot more fun, especially because like my supervisor, like he's a big Marvel fan, and I basically made his night last night.
Yeah. Hey CGH. It's it's a hey Max. Oh, why is Max not a moderator? Yeah, it was a big night last night. Like it wasn't a typical big Marvel Comic Con thing because besides announcements, because right, it was just they just had like the Guardians Black Panther crew there, right? That's it, really. But the
Yeah,
announcements of the titles, I mean, like that's huge. The thing is, okay, they have these dates. They have for 4 or 5 or 6 phases, right?
yeah,
But how many of them? Like they're probably gonna get moved. The
yeah,
movies,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I have a feeling Secret War might get bumped to 2026.
Yeah, I, cause look, like there's no way to release 2 Avenger movies in 1 year. I'm sorry, I just don't believe that.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
like, listen, if they pull it off, that's great. I think it's gonna come out in 2026. I think it's gonna be similar to Infinity War and Endgame.
You know what? If they, yeah, that's a better a year after because if they do it the same year, I'm sorry about the phone. If they do it in the same year, it's like they're rushing the phases. They want to get to like 7, 8, 9, probably if they're if they're. It seems like they're rushing the phases right now, and that's why the quality is not as good.
Yeah, and I think part of that could be because of the pandemic, because a lot of these
It's
movies were
definitely the
supposed to come
pandemic.
out the year before, like they were supposed to. Like the
I
only
think
one,
Phase 5 is supposed to probably start now, 2023.
yeah, like I think like the only two
Yeah.
movies that came out the year they were supposed to so far, I think, were Shang-Chi and Spider-Man. And
Yes.
Spider-Man almost missed 2021. It got pushed to the end of 2021. So that was a lucky move that they were able to have that film come out.
Yes, because Black Widow's ready in the can 2020. It was ready done, right? Right? Like and
Yeah.
I think that was the only Marvel movie that was done before the pandemic, if I'm correct.
I think maybe Eternals was in post production,
Eternals was a post production. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
but like
See,
I think like it looked like that was gonna be ready to go until they postponed it.
hmm if you're all allowed in chat, guys. Oh, I'm gonna put the link. I forgot to put the link in the DM group. Hey, Rhea. Um, let me put the. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like I said, my supervisor, he's a Marvel fan, and even he was like telling me like one night, like outside of like a few shows and movies, like the quality has kind of dropped. And I'm not
I
saying
know.
everything's been bad about the MCU. Like I still enjoy
I
all the projects, but compared to Phase 3,
Yeah. Look, I didn't do a Thor review. I was planning to. That was originally gonna be my comeback, but as I said, my laptop. And look, yeah. Hopefully, Blind Bell, you're right. 7 and 9 be Avengers vs. X-Men. But while I liked Thor 4, I thought it had too much comedy in it. Way too much.
Yeah,
It was too much. Too much. It took away from the seriousness of, like, they made gore, like, not they didn't make I know they make Gore a sympathetic character, but they did not make Gore look really, really dangerous in that film, like really, really like a serial killer should be. You know, like
yeah.
he only killed one god on screen this scene, right? You only see him kill one god on screen. I mean, I want to see what does to the other gods. They should have had him when where all the gods met with Zeus and all of them. They should have had Gore right over there, kill some gods or something, do something. All he did was attack the village, set a trap, and at the end, they didn't do anything else with Gore. Like, come on. Ugh. Like, I didn't mind the ending of that movie where he wants his daughter back, okay. But, like, it could have done a lot more Gore.
It could have been a longer film. Like, here's the thing: I can forgive Multiverse of Madness because I know that's Sam Raimi's style to make short movies, like not very long movies, and it was a quick
Thor was
paced film.
shorter.
But Thor should have been longer. Like Thor
Yeah.
Ragnarok was a 2-hour, 10-minute movie. It should have been the same length.
Yeah. Yeah. Thor was shorter, right? It was like 10 minutes shorter than Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, and
And
again, like
the problem with Marvel, I'll say with the multiverse stuff, is how many people could create a multiverse in Marvel? Like, it's very confusing right now.
it's
You know
like
what I
right
mean?
now, people are gonna look at like what projects they're gonna select because okay, like here's the thing: like you got Loki, you got No Way Home, you got Multiverse of Madness. Next, it's gonna be Ant-Man, Quantumanium.
I'm telling you, yes, I'm telling you, a multiverse thing, doing multiverse kind of stuff. It's very difficult to do. It's very, very hard. It's
I'm,
it's you have it's just you have to do a lot of planning for that. Like, it's a very hard concept to do multiverse stuff.
well, I think they've been planning it even before the pandemic
I
because
know.
remember Multiverse of Madness. Like I think they made like obviously Spider-Man 3 was not gonna be a multiverse movie. I don't think until like the pandemic, but like they obviously have had some plans. It's just a matter of how they're going to approach the plan.
Yeah.
I mean, do
Yeah.
I think that the delays there's going to be as many delays as they were as they have been? No, but I do think there's going to be at least a few, and I think
There.
Secret Wars is going to be one of them.
Yes, Secret Wars is. Yeah, I think Secret Wars is getting moved to 2026. Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, I think one of not Kang Dynasty because Kang is early 2025. I think Secret Wars is getting moved. It'd be a stupid idea to for two Avenger movies in the same year. Because if you know if they do, they'll make $4 billion. I guarantee you they'll make $4 billion, $2 billion
Yo,
each.
it's gonna be big.
There's one movie that could beat it, if it's rumored if it's true. Batman 2. The problem with that, it's gonna be like TV 14. If it's like the other Batman, may not get the kids in, but that'll definitely the Batman could make $1 billion. The second one, and I'm telling you, the Batman's the best comic book movie of the year. And it did not rely on
It's a
action.
phenomenal movie.
It did not.
Phenomenal.
It did not rely on action like the typical Marvel movies. It did not rely on jokes. Well, even though the Marvel movies have some very serious stuff in it, the jokes tend to overshadow it. But Batman did have jokes, but it was like a little bit, and it did not hinder the story at all. The Batman had the best writing of any comic book movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's the best writing of any comic book movie, better than any Marvel movie there is.
Yo, it's definitely one of the best written ones in like a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, here's another thing I want to bring up. We still have yet to know when
Yes.
these two certain comic book movies are going to come out. Now, one of them, like I said, like I think there's still some like Phase 6 movies that weren't announced. Deadpool 3 could possibly be one of them, but I also think there's a Phase 5 movie that wasn't announced yet that's supposed to come out before Captain America 4. So maybe they're waiting to see what happens with Deadpool 3 to put it on that release day.
It's
I'm not.
definitely a two-part event, but I don't think it's gonna be in the same year.
Yeah,
Blind Bro.
but another thing is also we don't know what's going to happen with Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies. Now again, Sony plays a big role in that, but again, we've also seen Marvel bump their movies down to make room for Sony's movies. I remember Thor Ragnarok was supposed to come out July 2017 until they finally got the rights to Spider-Man and had Homecoming come out in July and moved Thor to November.
Yeah.
Now, again, the earliest I can see a fourth Tom Holland Spider-Man movie come out is 2024. I think that's the earliest, possibly 2025. So expect like Marvel to move the schedule to make room for that movie.
You have to
Even
talk to
though
Sony, right?
that's gonna be Sony though.
Yeah,
Sony and Marvel have to come to an agreement on that, and maybe when the extended cut comes out, maybe there'll be some kind of announcement that's made. That would be the earliest I can see an announcement.
Well, Sony
Not
has
the
to
latest.
Sony has to focus to get Spider-Man for their universe.
Yeah, I agree with Blind Braille. I think Deadpool 3 is going to be the February 2024
But is
release
Deadpool?
date at the
Do you think
earliest.
Deadpool's gonna be MCU? That's the
I think it
question.
will be. I think it will be.
The thing
I
is,
agree with Blind Braille.
you're not gonna get any kids see Dead. I mean, I did see kids go for Logan, but so it's
But
possible.
here's the thing: Deadpool still made a lot of money without like
I know.
not like as much as Marvel's used to, but enough where Marvel will be fine with I think a few R-rated projects.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Deadpool could work in a PG environment.
Yo,
It's just people
speaking
gonna
of
be pissed,
Deadpool,
though.
on Friday at camp, we had movie day. So my supervisor puts Disney Plus on. The first thing the kids see is because it's the first day Deadpool's on Disney Plus. They see Deadpool and they start chanting for Deadpool. So kids watch Deadpool as long as their parents allow it. It's just a matter of how many parents.
I mean, they did. I went to theaters and the kids watching Logan.
Same.
Fantastic Four. I'm telling you, the Fantastic Four is not gonna. If people want John Krasinski, they're gonna be disappointed.
It's not gonna be John Krasinski.
It's fan service. That was all fan service. The writer even admitted it.
Yeah, Kevin Feige even confessed it.
Yeah. It's like the rumor is Penn Bagley. That's like the rumor, and Jason Segel is a thing. Like that's just a rumor. That's just a rumor.
Do you think D23 we're gonna get the Fantastic Four director and casting announcement?
They have to because they don't want to play. Well, they're playing for two. Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah. Well, he already had a director, right? John Watts.
Yeah, well, John Watts wants a break. I think wants a break, and he's also doing Star Wars show.
Yeah.
I can see that, Blind Braille. I can see the Stranger Things actors.
Well, one of them was an X-Men. The brother. New Mutants. Wasn't he in New Mutants?
I didn't even see New Mutants yet.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't the brother the wolf character, Wolfbane in New Mutants? Is that Wolfbane in it? Wasn't one the brother in the New Mutants?
I still gotta see New Mutants.
I haven't seen it. I heard it's horrible. That came out during the beginning of the pandemic, like basically at the beginning.
They literally said this is gonna be our test run for the theaters.
Yeah, but New Mutants could have came out like 3 years before, like 2 or 3 years before the pandemic, though.
Yeah, that's the thing people need to understand when it comes to some of these movies that get delayed. Like these movies were getting some of these movies were getting delayed before the pandemic.
Yeah. Wasn't New Mutants done like 2 years before the pandemic in 2018?
It was supposed to come out in 2018, then it was supposed to come out in 2019, then it didn't come out in any of those years.
Yeah, like that's what's bad. Yes, the guy who played Jonathan. Yeah, yes. I mean, yes, he was in New Mutants. So was Anna Taylor-Joy. She was. Damn, they should get Anna Taylor-Joy as Magic in the MCU.
Yo, but like, what if like they use like Secret War to basically bring the X-Men into the MCU? Like, can you see that like happening?
God, if they just bring Anna Taylor-Joy as Magic. I mean, Deadpool has Colossus already, right? Wasn't Colossus already in Deadpool? So
yeah, Colossus was already in Deadpool.
So and they're brother and sister, right? Magic and Colossus.
Yo, could you imagine though if like Deadpool 3 is just like another multiverse movie where like he just comes into the MCU?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's like in our multiverse library, we got Deadpool 3 with No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and Quantumanium.
I don't know. We don't know. They might stay away from New Mutants. Like I still like as much as I said in while this was a big video, as I said, well, Marvel had all this amazing stuff. If the rumors were true about Superman, that would have killed everything Marvel had done. Because as much as Marvel and Disney has built up these characters over the years, Superman is the most iconic hero, not the most popular hero. Batman's the most popular hero in my opinion, but Superman's the most iconic hero. Right? Don't you agree? Or you don't have to
Yeah.
agree.
Well, here's the thing. So for our superhero week at camp, we were doing a poll with like the kids, and like all the DC characters lost the polls, even Batman.
Really?
Yeah. Like, well, I joked around with my supervisor and said Marvel bias because he's a big Marvel fan. But again, it's like a lot of the kids today are more familiar with Marvel. It's like that's sad. Like that kids are more familiar with lesser known Marvel characters than Superman.
Yes. That's a problem. And that's
Like
a problem. That's a
like
problem Warner Brothers' fault.
I'm just gonna say this. So you know how we got those NBA blowout games where teams win by 30 to 40 points? Marvel did that to DC yesterday.
Yes. Yes. And Deadline did not help. Deadline, I don't know. Somebody at Deadline should be fired for getting expectations up like that. I'm sorry. You don't need
But
stuff. I'm sorry. You
it's
don't
not
do
even
that.
the Henry Cavill thing. It's the fact that they could have at least showed footage exclusively to Comic-Con about their 2023 slate, or
I
even like gave him more information about the Batman 2, but they
I
couldn't even
heard,
do any of that.
I think they have DC fandom. That's why they're doing that. That's why they decided to do these two
Then at that
panels.
point, they shouldn't have even made a presence at Comic-Con.
Oh, I think it's because if DC fandom, if I'm correct, DC fandom, if it's like last year, it might be October or November, and Black Adam comes out in October. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, and my guess is since we got nothing for Aquaman, which is still a schedule for later this year, it was Aquaman. No, that got moved back, right?
To March 2023. That's why I'm
Okay,
surprised they
so
didn't show footage of that one
or there might
because it
be
comes
anything.
out
So they get.
a month after Ant-Man 3 and 2 months before Guardians.
I heard like Ant-Man 3. Like I heard we have MODOK and Kang. Wow, MODOK and Kang.
That's gonna be a bigger film, like especially compared to the other Ant-Man movies.
They they're turning Scott Lang into a bad dad in that movie. Apparently, he's gonna be like a not a good father in that movie.
Apparently, I heard Cassie Lang is now getting arrested or something.
Like, what the fuck are they doing?
I mean, I get it. Like to Scott Lang, it's only been like 5 hours.
I know Kang's
Like,
gonna be a cameo. I
and
here's
like
my
fame is probably getting to his head, but it's like,
here's my bold take for the 4, 5, and 6 phases. While Kang's the main villain, I I think it's a red herring. I think Doctor Doom was gonna end up becoming the main villain. Once Kang is gone, Doctor Doom is gonna be like, "This is my time to strike."
yeah, I hear a lot of people like theorizing that like at some point in like Secret War, like Doom will become
Yeah,
like the main villain.
yeah, yeah. The Kang, because it's called Kang Dynasty. Kang dies, and somehow Kang is gone in his own film that's named after him, and it's because of Doom, and Doom becomes the Avengers main villain, right? And that because in Doom's thing is obsessive power, and any kind of power, whether it's magic, science, whatever. He's like, that's who he is. And Doctor Doom will probably be in Black Panther. I think that's 100%. And I don't think it's being played by Howard Stern.
Oh my
I don't believe
goodness!
that for a second.
Speaking of Black Panther, I'm looking forward to that film a lot more after the trailer.
I can tell you one thing: if that's a Black Panther picture I saw in the picture or in the trailer, it's definitely a woman. Take up the
Oh
man.
boy, oh boy, Neurotic and the others are gonna flip out.
I heard rumors gonna be Shuri, but I don't know. But it's a woman. It's gonna be a woman. Like, I have no problem with that. I mean, they Chadwick Boseman's death changed the whole thing with that sequel. I mean, That was not the plan. That was just not the plan. But yeah, and like, who cares what those people think, man?
Yeah, I just tune them out at this point.
Me too. No, what if? What? Nobody from What If is in it in MCU. The Captain Carter in Multiverse of Madness is not the same Captain Carter from What If. Just to let you guys know, What If is completely separate.
The best chance you have of seeing live action What If variants is going to be Secret Wars, and that's not for another few years at least.
Yeah. It's been confirmed that the Captain Carter in Multiverse of Madness is not the same one. Remember, we all thought the evil Doctor Strange was from What If, and that What If Doctor Strange was not evil. I mean, he did some terrible things, but he regretted it in the end, and stuff like that. He became eventually redeemable in a way. It was not the same Doctor Strange. So yeah, nobody from What If is an MCU.
But I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will probably be like what will be the better 2023 film.
Oh yeah, we're getting Shang-Chi for sure.
Yeah, I think Shang-Chi is going to be one of those 2025 films.
Yeah, Record of Time, yeah. Yes. And look, remember the day before Friday, there was leaks of trademarks for trademarks for future projects. Some of them got announced, right? Like on Saturday.
Yeah.
Some haven't. Like Midnight Suns has not been announced, but that was one that's been trademarked. So now everything that's been trademarked doesn't necessarily means it's gonna happen. It just means you have the rights. You have the rights and legal rights to the name. That's all it means. But most likely, they will happen, as you saw with the Avengers movies, for example. That's all. Companies do that all the time.
They even got like untitled projects for 2026 already, like release dates, like after Secret Wars. So it's like they are planning so ahead right now. Like they got all these trademark names. Like some of them aren't even going to come before Secret War.
I know.
Like they got a plan going on. It's just a matter of how's the execution going to be.
It's crazy. They could. I mean, I personally think look, if DC got their act together, because DC clearly could have better writing. Like the Batman has great writing. I mean, the Batman. Like, what do you think of Dark Knight Rises or BVS or Justice League Batman, Dark Knight, and the Batman was just all the themes that you saw in these Marvel movies were in the Batman. If you think about it in a way, like all these Marvel movies lately or TV shows all about family, all about family, all about family. Moana with the kids, Gore with his daughters. Always about family. Like every villain has to be like a sympathetic villain in Marvel now. You know?
Is Vin Diesel writing these movies?
Oh, did it? Yo, Shazam said that. Yeah, I remember that in the trailer. That was pretty funny.
Because like literally like Vin Diesel like with family all the time in like the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yes.
I really hope the MCU does not become the Fast and Furious franchise. Like,
it has better writing than Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, it definitely
just
does.
Take out the jokes.
Could you imagine Doctor Strange 3, like Doctor Strange saying, "I'm not sacrificing my family this time"? Can
you imagine Batman in a Marvel movie be like, "What the fuck is this? Get serious, man." Get like shit. If Batman hung out with Thor, it'd be like Thor enjoys battle, right? Batman kind of enjoys battle even once in a while, but he doesn't like gloat about it, right? Thor kind of gloats about it. Batman, I think he'll get along with some Avengers, but I think he wouldn't stand some Avengers, you know?
Yeah, and watch somewhere Deadpool will come out and say, "Weren't you the guy that stopped killing that didn't kill Superman because of your mom's name?"
Yeah.
I can see Deadpool just coming out of
And
nowhere saying,
Batman probably like kill Deadpool because he knows he can't die. Like the only characters I see Batman getting along with in Marvel is probably like I think he'd get along very well with Captain America because it would remind him of Superman, the way how
"Yeah,
they act. Tony Stark he would hate because while Batman and Tony Stark are very similar, Tony Stark playboy playboy businessman. That who is Tony Stark is. Batman, that's not who he really is, right?
yeah,
So
that's like a facade, like that's like
I
his
think,
mask."
yeah, I think he would get along with Black Widow
Yes.
because he would know her tragic past. He would get along. He would probably do get along with Hawkeye. Um, Thor, he would see as somebody like the Flash. He would treat him like the Flash.
Yeah.
Because anytime to get serious, I don't
What
know.
about
And now
what about Spider-Man?
that's a good one because there have been crossovers. He doesn't like jokes. Batman doesn't like jokes, but I think he respects Spider-Man
Because they got like the
Spider-Man doesn't
similar
kill.
like tragedy
Yeah, well,
and
kind
like
of in a way,
the
and he
villains,
knows
like some of the villains.
Spider-Man doesn't kill, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Um. So he respect that. He would not respect Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange tries to abuse the magic, and Batman is very cautious about magic. He doesn't trust it, even though his best friends in magic, like Santana, he
Yo,
doesn't trust magic.
if Batman was on Titan when Strange said there's only one outcome, Batman would literally like interrogate him and be like, "What's the cost of this victory?"
Yeah, but everybody has to die. Batman would not accept that. Batman would not accept a 1 in 40 million. He would be like, "There's always another way." He always says that. There's always another way. Batman would not accept that. He wouldn't, because Batman doesn't believe in like that kind of fate. He doesn't believe in that kind of stuff. Um, and Batman, I really don't know what side to be on a civil war, Captain America Civil War, because he would not want to give his name up to the government, right? But he'd probably be like, you know what? You're both of you are idiots. Both sides are you. He'd probably like Tony or Captain America and be like, you both are idiots. You're both in the wrong. I'm done. I'm not fighting on both sides
Yeah,
of your battle.
because
He'd be
here's the
like,
thing. On one hand, I think he would believe in checks because this is the same guy who in Tower of Babel had contingency plans for every member of the Justice League. So on one hand, he would believe in contingency plans and keeping the team in check, but at the same time, he would not give in to the government. He would not give up his identity. I think he would. So like he would ultimately be like, okay, both you guys are wrong. Anyone who wants to join me can come hang out in the Batcave and we can form our own neutral team.
And Batman will never let Ultron happen. I guarantee
you. Oh,
it.
yeah, absolutely.
Because if he was in that war in the first Captain Avengers movie with the alien invasion, Batman would have made sure stuff like that would never happen. Or on Earth, anything like that. He would have prepared. The Avengers, the problem with the MCU, the Avengers are never prepared. They're more reactive than proactive, They're not prepared for that stuff. That's a problem.
Here's the thing that I will say, and I am going back to it to a certain to the Snyder Cut. One thing I will say that I think DC was getting right with the Justice League compared to Marvel was that it felt like in the Snyder Cut, at least the Justice League had a much more united front than the Avengers have had in most of their movies so far. Like it felt like there was less tension with the League compared to the Avengers. Like it felt like there's always tension with the Avengers.
The problem here's the issue. The problem I have with Batman and Justice League is that he wanted to bring something back from the dead.
Yeah. Like that was
that's not Batman.
That was un-Batman like. But here's the thing. At least like you felt like there was more of a team.
Definitely. Because Tony Stark is like Batman, and Tony Stark should have been Batman of the MCU. He should have been prepared for like threats and stuff. Yes. You're right. Like Batman would be like, if he was in the Avengers, would be like, especially Civil War, be like, he would see from both sides and be like, he would know this would divide the team, and if it divided team, be vulnerable to threats. And Batman is the one that's not really kind of a loner, right? And he's the one thinking that because he knows how valuable a team can be, even though he's more of a guy who tries to work alone. But he doesn't. When it comes to threats and stuff, he's willing to work with a team, and he doesn't want to see a team break up just based on different views and stuff, And and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Batman, I think, more likely tend to Captain America's side because Captain America wanted to save Bucky. Bucky got framed for the bombing. Because I watched Public Enemies a couple weeks ago, and you see Batman versus Superman, Batman, Superman, Public Enemies, right? You saw that? If you know the film,
ages ago.
Yeah, you remember that? Well, obviously Lex Luthor became president. If nobody trusted Lex Luthor, but like all the heroes trusted Lex Luthor except Superman and Batman, obviously. And Superman got framed, for apparently carrying Martello, right? And Batman's like, Batman told Superman not to turn himself in or anything like that. Batman actually believed him because he had proof. And I think Batman would be on Captain America's side more than Tony Stark's side, but he'll say like, this would divide the team and this will hurt the world. The world. I don't think they're Atlanteans. Atlanteans are not based because apparently they changed Namor's backstory to more of a native of Mexico. Native, is it more Native American or more of Native Mexican something? I think they changed it, right?
I know they changed it. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I saw videos about Batman taking on Avengers. So I'm like, Tony Stark he probably could beat if he found a way. Captain America, if he had planning, he could beat Captain America. He can't beat the Hawk unless he gets to Bruce Banner before he could transform or something like that. And Black Widow, he could definitely beat. I mean, he could beat Black Widow. He could definitely beat Hawkeye. He cannot beat Scarlet Witch unless she gets to Scarlet. Like I saw some people on YouTube videos how Batman can beat Scarlet Witch, inject her with fear toxin. I'm like, fuck, you don't inject Scarlet Witch with fear toxin. No, that's a bad move. Why would you inject Scarlet Witch with fear toxin? Yeah, Aztec. Yeah, thank you, Blam Bale. If you want him to be Scarlet Witch, inject her with Joker toxin, because that'll kill you. Yeah, Aztecs. Yes, they changed it because I guess they don't want to confuse it with the Aquaman, the Atlanteans. But yeah,
no, other big news from Comic-Con. Zack Snyder's gonna be in Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Oh, like, so Teen Titans Go is gonna restore.
28-5, Brian. 28-5. Oh yeah, he was.
But what did you think of that Shazam trailer though? Like,
I liked
it. Good.
I liked it. I liked it better than the Black Adam trailer.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. The Shazam trailer was really good, but the Black Adam trailer hasn't been impressive. And hey, Brian.
I think Phase 7 definitely have mutants in it. I mean, it teased out with Miss Marvel. I know they originally wanted Miss Marvel to be mutant, like they're the creator, but I don't think Miss Marvel should have been an introduction to mutants. I personally.
Yeah, I will say the Miss Marvel actually made me more excited for the Marvels.
Yeah, I don't get. So the ending of that, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, like what happened? Is she like?
I think they switched places or something.
Like what the fuck? Okay. But yeah, I did. Oh man. But so yeah, so I do plan to do like get back in the stream like She-Hulk. I definitely do She-Hulk. That's like 8 or 9 episodes, right? Like, but it's short episodes, like 30 minutes. Yeah, I know. Everything had a better showing in DC. Even Lord of the Rings had a better showing.
Yo, DC was like the New York Knicks. I'm sorry. Yeah, they let the New York Knicks. Or no, the Brooklyn Nets because everyone's trying to leave.
Yeah. Like Yes. Or Kevin Durant. wants to leave Brooklyn, and no team wants to trade for him because they're asking for a ridiculous demand. And I don't blame Brooklyn, man. They have him for 4 years. I don't blame Brooklyn. I don't like Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, he's a great player, but guy's a quitter.
He quitter. Yo, he chose to play with a clown like Kyrie.
Yeah, what do you expect? He quit on Oklahoma. No offense, Brian. I know he went to the Golden State. I'm happy for you there. Like, but he quit on Oklahoma. He's quitting on Brooklyn. Like, guy's a fucking quitter. He's a quitter. Kyrie Irving's a quitter too. But Kyrie Irving is not a team player anyway. Like, guys.
Yo, he thinks he's the greatest philosopher of our time.
That's a problem with NBA star players. They have too much fucking control. Too much control.
I mean, you look at a guy like Steph Curry, who was patient for a couple of years, got to win another championship.
Steph Curry, I respect because Steph Curry doesn't. Yeah, he did quit Golden State. Steph Curry doesn't have an ego. I mean, he's on a winning team, but he doesn't have an ego. You know, like like Durant. And I fucking blame LeBron James. I'm a LeBron James fan, but LeBron James, what he did when he went to Miami, started a whole shit show with the star entitlement stuff. You know?
Yeah. Although here's the thing, like LeBron didn't go to teams that were winning though. But again, like Kevin Durant, like here's the thing, like he wants to have the praises of LeBron, but you don't want the criticism of LeBron.
And you know what? LeBron can handle it though. That's the difference, right? Than Durant, because Durant is sensitive as hell, man.
And like here's the thing, LeBron's won like
Yeah,
championships for 3 different teams, so it's like at least like he puts his he talks the talk. Well, no, he does his actions.
But he has Westbrook as team now, so
yeah, he ain't gonna win nothing with Westbrook.
How many teams has Westbrook been in the last 2 years? Going Houston, Washington, LA.
LA, yeah.
and LA wants Kyrie Irving. I'm like, what? No, you want to get better? Not like, fuck, man. No, don't get Kyrie Irving. Oh yeah, we're talking about sports. And like the Rudy Gobert trade was ridiculous. Rudy Gobert is good, but the amount of assets they gave up for him, fuck, man.
Yeah, it stinks. But yeah, literally, like back to like the Comic-Con, it's like DC. It's like, I get it, you want to show like your next 2 movies, but it's like they could have at least done like they could have done the exclusive footage for the 2023 slate, and then fandom show like more of it like to the general audience.
I think it's like, what's up with the Batman TV show? Is anything happening with that? Like, I want to know what's going on with that. The Superman,
Yeah.
like that was Superman's like, because look, I had a crazy like if like Warner Brothers could have what MCU has done. I had like there's perfect ways to do something with Batman. You know, Batman, if they had a universe like that, like I guess like phases for the DC, Batman would be the Tony Stark, obviously, of the DC. And Batman, if they want to kill off Batman, the perfect way to kill off Batman is him, the one beating Darkseid. Him beating Darkseid. If you know the Final Crisis, the radiation gun, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Instead of him going back in time, because he goes back in time being hit by the Omega Beam, that's where he dies. He fires the radiation gun, but also gets the Omega Beam, and he dies a hero, saving the world. That's a Tony Stark moment for Batman, if you ask me, in the cinematic universe. But they're not going to do that because Ben Affleck ain't playing that Batman.
Yeah, no, like yeah, Ben Affleck, he's done. Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. It sounds like he's done. Ezra Miller, who knows what that knucklehead is gonna be doing.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a good point. Like,
it's like here's the thing, like Marvel's big stars are ready to go. They never like any of their troubles that happened, like Robert Downey Jr.'s was before he was Iron Man. Where like here, it's like people are either jumping ship or they're getting into trouble.
Yeah. Ezra Miller's yeah.
And again, like Ray Fisher continues to like do stuff to like make it even harder for Warner Brothers to ever want him.
With the Snyder stuff that came out, was it last week? Oh my god.
Yeah.
The Chimbley. Oh my god. Chimbley. And there's still people like in there and refusing to believe that stuff. We know one I used to be cool with, but he really went down that rabbit hole, and I'm not gonna mention names. But oh my god,
Yo, it's just like they've been in the denial stage for over a year.
oh my god, and like
It's like,
they create a reality that like they create their own like I don't know. They have this weird reality they have in their mind. Like it's weird. Like
and here's the thing. I think it really crushed them when they saw all this stuff. Like here's the thing. If things are going as scheduled, we're gonna have two Avenger movies before 2025 is over before we get into the Superman movie. And even if Secret Wars comes out in 2026, that's still gonna happen before the next Superman movie.
Warner Brothers is gonna have like Batman. That's it. Batman's gonna be everything, and the Batman universe is apparently it's gonna be 3 movies and other things. I guarantee you, I think it's gonna be a fourth Batman movie.
They're gonna have to do a fourth Batman movie if they're gonna save this thing. That's literally why Warner Brothers is still
like,
holding on to DC for Batman.
just you know what? Just build. You know what? I know Batman's grounded. Just get to a point where we have people with powers in the Batman universe. Like, explore the DC universe using the as a starting
Yeah,
point with Batman.
the next trilogy can be like Batman Brave and the Bold, Wonder Woman's in this movie,
Yeah,
Superman's in the next movie, The Flash is in this movie.
you know I like. Yeah, watch him to say, "Oh, the DCU is dead. That was the Batman universe. Superman's here." Like, like, correct me if I'm wrong. George, anybody in the chat? The Arkham universe, Arkham games. Superman is in the universe, right? Wonder Woman is in that universe. I think it's been confirmed that they're in that universe.
Well, I know the Suicide Squad video game's going to be in that universe.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, we know LexCorp has made an appearance in Arkham Knights. So like we know like at least Lex Luthor is in there, and that means Superman's got to be in there.
So when in Arkham Knight, when Batman, they find out his identity, he goes Arkham Protocol, whatever. How come Superman didn't? How come Superman didn't appear and try to look for his body?
Or maybe what if like before Batman escaped, he teleported to the Watchtower with Alfred?
And oh yeah.
Aaron, I can't hear you. I still can't hear. Oh boy.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean that's like the biggest thing. Like in that game, like everybody was like when the main manor, like the news, the citizens were like all waiting for him to come to his manor. Like that was a huge moment in the game. And here's the thing: like in October, we got Midnight Suns game and the Arkham game, not Arkham, Gotham Knights, the same month. And then the next month we got God of War. Um, that's huge. But yeah, DC. Yeah, I know DC's it's Warner Brothers, man. What I was gonna say.
Like DC, it's like I'm wondering, like, has 100 has it been 100 days, like Sil Abdul said, the 100-day
Oh,
plan?
it's been like 100 days since he said that, hasn't
Yo,
it?
so like where's the announcements? This would have been the listen. This would have been the perfect time to if Warner Bros was really considering restoring the Snyderverse. This would have been the perfect time to say, "Hey, look what's coming to HBO Max. Look at what we got."
Hey, that's not coming to Snyder. He's done. He's even trolled on Vero about that stuff, and he can't even get Vero popular, man. Vero's not very popular. Nobody uses Vero.
Yeah, it's like it's like people think they're special because they're on Vero following Zack Snyder.
Yeah, like no disrespect to Zack Snyder, but Vero's like doesn't get anybody's attention. I don't know anybody that has Vero. I know people have Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that. But like, no, nobody uses Vero. It's oh yeah, Stray. Yeah, I'm playing that too, man. You convinced me to get Blind Row Stray. It's that game is basically you play as a cat.
But yeah, no, I saw some DC fans yesterday, like on Twitter, like that are heartbroken. Just like, DC is becoming the New York Knicks of like movie franchises.
Yeah, that's completely true. I agree.
It's
That's
like
not a good.
Marvel Studios is like the Golden State Warriors right now.
Oh yeah, but yeah, they are like the Golden State Warriors on top because they have like, and look, they're trying to do that with Star Wars. Look, people complain about Star Wars, but I guarantee you, Star Wars will make a lot of money. Look,
Here's how I see it. Star Wars is like the Boston Celtics of movie franchises right now. They were on top. They're going through a rebuilding. They're starting to climb back, but with shows.
yes, they're doing it slowly with shows because they want to take the time in the movies because they know the reception they got for Rise of Skywalker that to close out the saga was not very good. Because that movie should have made as much as personally as Endgame,
Yeah.
and it didn't.
Especially because they had no box office competition.
Yeah,
I think
nothing.
Endgame had more competition at the box office at the time.
Yeah.
Because a film that came out a few weeks later was Aladdin, which was another $1 billion film for Disney.
Disney should have blown Disney. Disney should have blown out Aladdin easily. I mean, no, Star Wars.
It,
And I know Taika Waititi wants to do a Star Wars film, but I don't think Castell
after
fits
Thor:
Star
Love and
Wars.
Thunder, I don't think so. I would like to see John Watts do a Star
Well,
Wars movie
why
after No Way
can't
Home.
the thing is Taika Waititi and James Gunn are very similar in how they do their films, but I think James Gunn does a better job at storytelling with the characters.
And I think he's better at conveying emotion.
Yeah, exactly my point. Like that's the problem with some people had Peacemaker, the Snyder fans. Peacemaker is all about jokes and comedy. I'm like, no, there was a lot of serious stuff in that show, man. Like,
Yo, you want to know
yeah, agreed.
what movie franchise I consider to be the Lakers? Harry Potter.
Oh,
Because the Fantastic Beasts movies are essentially what the Lakers are right now.
I heard instead of doing Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5, Dumbledore might get his own series.
Yeah, that I would much rather see.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, like that's kind of how I see these franchises. Star Wars and Harry Potter were once the kings, so I call them the Celtics and the Lakers. Right now, Marvel is
Omar
is
was the
Golden
king.
State. DC is the New York Knicks.
I mean, you can kind of say Walt Disney is the king, is the Golden State, because they have the Disney. They have both Marvel and Star Wars, and Star Wars like they're doing what they're doing what they're doing with Star Wars. They did with Marvel, right? Like
Yeah,
building up a universe.
and Pixar are the San Antonio Spurs.
Harry Potter? I don't know, man.
No, no, I think they're just gonna
Which
find ways to
which
limit
DC
J.K.
movie?
Rowling's involvement.
I heard apparently Emma Watson would never come back to Harry if J.K. was involved. I'm not
I
surprised.
yeah, I'm not surprised either. I
She's
love the 20th anniversary Harry Potter documentary. I love that so much.
yeah, don't say that. Come on.
I've actually been rewatching a lot of Harry Potter lately.
I like the Harry Potter movies. I like them.
Yeah. I know it feels like the first four are a lot more rewatchable to me than like the next four.
I like the third one a lot.
Yeah, third one. Yo,
Such a great.
I can't wait to review them eventually on my channel because I feel like Goblet of Fire is gonna be a long one for me.
Goblet of Fire was a long movie. Huh? Harry Potter movies did
No,
get longer.
well, no, because there's a lot to say about Goblet of Fire. Because on one hand, I love it as a movie, but as far as like an adaptation of book to movie, it drives me crazy, and it's like one of my favorite movies ever, but it drives me crazy as an adaptation, like from book to movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Black Hawk. You're right. Yeah, I remember that. Um, I remember Black Hawk. It
Oh
was
yeah, that was the Spielberg movie he was supposed to direct.
that's with Lady Black Hawk and stuff. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on. Stargate. I don't even know what's going on with these other DC projects. Like what's
Because they
happening with
have
Black
so many
Mirror?
projects that never get done.
That's true. That's true.
Like it took so long for The Flash to finally even become a movie.
Got like 3 or 4 different directors.
Yeah. And now it might never see the light of day because of Ezra.
Oh yeah. What's gonna say here? But yeah, Marvel killed it once again. I'm not surprised. I mean, I think Lord of the Rings did a better job than DC. I'm excited for Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna do Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power streams too, because it's my favorite, one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I love the Lord of the Ring movies.
Yeah,
Actually, I
I
think
did
the
too.
Lord of the Rings is the San Antonio movie franchises.
Those movies are still rewatchable today as they were back then. Like that, they're just phenomenal. It's like if those movies came out today, and you know what the thing is, and they're not CGI, but they would have done so well today.
Yeah, they would have.
It's I think the CGI has actually hurt lately. Phase 4, the CGI has definitely hurt Marvel.
Yeah, did you see like the CGI in that scene from Thor: Love and Thunder when like Heimdall's kid is talking to Thor?
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I didn't know Heimdall had a son. That's
Yo, it
what does Heimdall look like?
that came out of left field.
The thing that pissed me off about Thor: Love and Thunder was those fucking goats.
Oh my god.
I couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand the goats. I couldn't stand the sound they made. I'm sorry, it was annoying as hell. There's and I couldn't stand them. Like I was sitting in the front, like in the front rows and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I hear this up close.
Yo, my supervisor basically called Thor: Love and Thunder an acid trip.
Yeah, you couldn't. It's like you're being hired that movie.
Like, here's the thing, Ragnarok, like, yeah, Ragnarok had a lot of comedy, but it also had a lot of emotional, dark moments.
Yeah,
Like, there's a reason why it's considered by many to be one of the best MCU movies because it knew how to balance everything out and also embrace the humor.
like why use gore in a movie like this? Like gore's the fuck. Oh my god.
Yo, honestly, the only like upgrade from it was Jane Foster in this movie.
The thing, yeah, that's the thing about Marvel, the MCU. They don't use really grounded characters, right? Like Spider-Man, and Hawkeye are the closest one to grounded characters. They operate in the city and stuff, so they really don't deal with um serial killers, those kind of or I guess you could say organized crime, right? Like
Yeah,
my guess is more likely as we're getting more into the grounded characters, we're going to deal with serial killers more, like with Daredevil, maybe Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, stuff
I
like that.
think
Maybe
the grounded work is gonna end up being better than the more space work.
if I have a very important, I have a great character for MCU. If they want to use a serial killer, it has problems. Spider-Man. If they want to do a Spider-Man, what do you think of Sin Eater?
Since that would actually be a big, that'd be a risk that I think would play off pretty well.
Because Sin Eater, while he's more of a Spider-Man Daredevil kind of guy, he has connections to Shield, right? He's a former Shield agent, becomes police, and he has this he's like Two Face in a way, right? He has a he has a multi-person disorder, and he one side relies on religion and stuff. I think Sin Eater would be a perfect villain, grounded villain, perfect. Because the MCU, they don't under villain, they don't reuse the insanity side of the villain. So you don't see like, oh, this villain needs help. He needs like a psychiatrist or stuff like that. They don't use that with the MCU. In the Batman, I guarantee you, in the Batman, if I'm smart with Batman, we see Batman's character, Bruce Wayne's character, grow right from vengeance to hope. He's starting to
Yeah,
believe in Gotham. If he faces a villain like Mr. Freeze, I want Batman to develop a character like his compassionate side. Because a lot of people have this issue like, oh, Batman is always this hard, cold kind of vigilante. No, he's not. He is nothing like that. He is at times, but he's very compassionate too.
but also like here's the thing, like the only real villain you ever saw that would clearly need help, and this villain isn't even considered an MCU villain. It's the Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. That was the closest we got.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Spider-Man. Thank you. No Way Home is the closest at these villains. Yes, thank you, thank you. That's a good point.
But again, like Spider-Man, I think is gonna become a lot more grounded for like his next like couple movies. So like that's what I mean. I think the grounded work, like Daredevil, Spider-Man, like I think that stuff is probably gonna land up probably being the better stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, like here's the thing: the space stuff used to be the better stuff for the MCU. I think that stuff's gonna start. You're gonna start seeing a drop of quality with some of that stuff for at least the next year or so.
Man, I had like, yeah. Oh, Deadpool. Yes, Deadpool, because that's happening. Deadpool, Midnight Suns, something Black Knight, Eternals 2. I know a lot of people did not like Eternals. I liked it, but I think Eternals is going to happen. A second one.
I think Eternals might be the film that comes out that film that's supposed to come out in between both Avenger movies.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just see that as probably being the in between
yeah. I mean, they
because
have to.
because like you know how like the Eternals kind of said something like we usually don't interfere and stuff. Like what if like after Kang Dynasty Eternals 2 is about them like debating or trying or figuring out should we interfere in this multiversal war that's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can see that possibly happening.
Yes. So, so definitely, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's going to get him. Oh, we also have that werewolf movie, right? That
The what
werewolf
movie?
movie.
Oh,
The
the
werewolf by
Werewolf by Night thing that's coming to Disney Plus.
yeah.
Yeah, we still
Also
had
Bloodstone.
that coming in.
Also Bloodstone. And I think we're gonna get Ghost Rider, like, and definitely I don't know who else. I
No, the thing is
there's
I think Deadpool always changes.
they have didn't they trademark a movie for a Hercules movie?
I have no idea to be honest. I didn't.
Because Hercules apparently is gonna go after Thor. I'm like, why Thor? Hercules? Is like, remember, I called it right. I remember I said before like Hercules is gonna be in it. Be in it. I'm telling you. I'm like,
Oh,
and I called it before. If you remember, months before Thor came out, I said, "Hot taker. I think Thor. I think Jane is gonna die." And who was right?
you were right.
Me.
Yo. Meanwhile, like Neurotic thought she was gonna replace Thor. Well, no one's replacing Thor.
Yeah, yeah. I remember. I remember Blind Bill was in that panel. I remember what he said when I said, "I think Jane's gonna die," and he's like, "Well, if they do that, oh yeah, I remember."
Yeah, no, like that like yeah, no, you were right on the money. I didn't even think that was gonna happen, but you know what? I'm glad to take the loss because it makes the fandom nuisance look like a bunch of morons who thought she was gonna replace Thor.
No, yes, they did trademark it. Yeah, I remember them saying, "Thor's gonna be back." Yeah, they always say that. Uh, no. It's the 616 strange. No, what the dark hold like when the 616 strange used the dark hold in that universe that's I guess it's Sinister Strange. He used a dark hold book from that universe, and every time anybody uses dark hold, it corrupts them. It slowly corrupts them. And for example, it played on Wanda's emotional ties to her kids. It played on and it corrupts anybody. And with look, if you're getting your werewolf by night, for example, werewolf by night is cursed by the Darkhold in the comics, and the Darkhold's also been around for if it's comics, this comic's been around for since pretty much the beginning of mankind, and it's been around through Morgan Le Fay had a Darkhold. Werewolf by Night had was around during Dracula, I think, had it. I'm not 100%. It's been around since the beginning of time. So even though in the MCU it's kind of just destined for Wanda, like Scarlet Witch, but it's also been around for in other. If anybody reads that book, it corrupted Agatha, too. That dark hold is created by a demon, a very evil demon that corrupts you. I mean, an elder god that became a demon that corrupts you, and now that demon cannot be um I guess summoned because apparently every time that demon is summoned in the comics, nobody can control him. Nobody can control it. So now that apparently they trademark the Runaways, which is a show, that ended 2019, which I liked. So I don't know what universe that's from, and Darkhold was in that show. It had Morgan Le Fay, played by, well, I think you know this actress from Austin Powers, Elizabeth Hurley.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you know Morgan Le Fay has it's from obviously Arthur mythology, right? Camelot. Doctor in the comics, Doctor Doom goes in the past. They have kind of an affair.
Well, I'm wondering, do you think like 2023 we're gonna find out who the cast is for the Avenger movies?
Um,
Because it's gonna probably be a much bigger cast than what we got in Infinity War.
okay. Yeah, probably next year or two. Oh, hey, Marcus, what's up?
Oh, he's still doing the John Krasinski thing.
On the 26th? You know, I don't watch Jimmy Fallon. I'm sorry, but Jimmy Fallon to me is boring. I'm sorry.
A lot of those late night hosts are boring to me.
I like Stephen Colbert to extent. Corden got boring over time. Um, but yeah, I kind of miss. I do miss. I actually did like Jay Leno. Man,
Letterman I used to find funny.
Letterman too.
But again, like once like the classics and Leto and Letterman left, it's like late night hosting kind of went down.
Yeah, here's the thing: that Marvel they're rushing stuff. They're rushing stuff. And my
Yeah, like here's the thing. I knew we were gonna get an Avengers movie in 2025, but I
Yeah,
felt like you need to have like a large but not overly large Marvel Avenger movie before Secret War.
yeah.
It's like what, like Phase 6 is just like what, like 1 year, like 1 year worth of stuff.
No, there's some stuff there to fill in. Probably want to save it for either D23 or maybe next year. I mean, they don't have to. They don't have to announce anything with D23. They can just say no. We're announcing next year's Comic Con. you know,
No, I mean like Phase 6 begins November 2024 with Fantastic Four, and it ends with Secret Wars, which is currently November 2025. So it's like it's only going to be a year,
you know
even
why?
if you have all this stuff crammed
You
in.
know why? It's because of the shows. Disney Plus shows. Remember, Phase 1 to 3 had no shows, so they had
Yeah,
like
that's
3 or
right.
4 movies a year, right? So they could when they put the shows in, the phases probably shorter. That's what I see out of this. I agree with you. They should spread them out 2 or 3 years like they did with 1 and 3 because I think there's too many shows. I think they're doing way too many shows.
Yeah, I think they're overextending themselves with the shows. It's like not every character has to be in Secret Wars, especially if you've got plans beyond that.
Yeah. I think it's a Disney thing because I think they're doing it. I mean, I think Star Wars has no movies, but they're doing it with the shows too. So it's a little easier with Star Wars. But if once they get to once they get back to the movies and they do the shows, because we know they're going to do movies together with Star Wars. I don't know they're going to do episode 10, 11, and 12, but you definitely know they're going to do something, right? Like,
Yeah, I just wonder like what's going on with this Patty Jenkins movie.
what's going on with Wonder Woman 3? Is she?
like it's like what's going on? It's like ever since like Wonder Woman 1984 came out, Patty Jenkins has all of a sudden become Voldemort. You know who? Like we don't speak of her name.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, Wonder Woman 84 wasn't that good, right? But I'm sorry, but it was from like, everybody knew. Everybody knew she was going to do number 3. Like this, it was just pick the right villain, please. Because seriously, I want Wonder Woman to face a villain that she could have actual trouble with.
Or
Somebody's
like
on her
just have it
level.
take place in modern day. Like don't do another like in between because then it's like you gotta worry about like are how are we gonna like re-change history from what was established in BVS and Justice League?
Yeah, you know the perfect villain. I think it should be Cersei. I just think perfectly is Cersei. However, take on somebody like that could do something. However, Maxwell, Ares. Okay, Ares. He didn't really fight Ares, right? They didn't have any combat fighting, right? Like Cersei is a great villain for Wonder Woman. Anybody in the chat, if you have Wonder Woman's villain, should it be Cersei? Because I don't want Gigant. They can use Giganta though as a secondary villain when Cersei can make somebody like could have her use her magic to make Giganta a giant. They could do something like that with Cersei. But make this I think Cersei would be the perfect villain for Wonder Woman. Because look at the villain she's Ares Maxwell, of course, like it's just too Cersei. What else was Comic Con? Yeah, so I wish Comic Con was actually live.
Yeah, didn't it used to be live?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, I like how people on Twitter are wondering where's the Spider-Man like 4 with Tom Holland announcements. Like that's Sony. Sony's got to make that decision. Sony's got to decide a release date for that film, and Marvel's got to agree with it.
Yeah. Isis. I don't know if Isis is technically a Wonder Woman villain. Is she more? Isn't Isis kind of? Isn't Isis? Oh, they're not gonna use Isis. I'm sorry. They may not want to use ISIS because it's an actual terrorist organization. You're gonna be careful because there was this store in Canada, right? That was actually named ISIS Jewelry, right? ISIS Jewelry, but they had to change the name because ISIS is a terrorist organization. Organization, it doesn't look good,
Oh no! Oh, so here's a project that people are disappointed didn't get an announcement. So Armor Wars, there's still nothing going on with Armor Wars other than that's still happening.
Apparently, yeah, it's still happening. So that might happen.
But you're saying Don Cheadle's gonna be in Secret Invasion, so like he's gonna be appearing sooner rather than later.
Oh, and yeah, yeah, we all can make guesses now, right? What's gonna happen?
Yo, that's like the fun of it, like just speculating. As
Yeah,
long as you
Giganta, yes. Fine, bro.
understand, like if it doesn't happen, don't be disappointed. Like I think that's what's changed. It's like we used to speculate on stuff and have fun with it, but now if our speculations are wrong, people get butthurt about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I don't. If I make, I don't. If I make predictions that are wrong, so be it. They're wrong. It's predictions. It's okay to be wrong. It's like actually, if you don't admit you're wrong, it shows arrogance, right? So, like a certain grifter.
Yeah. Like here's the thing. I think because people were so off with their Last Jedi predictions, that like really killed like the speculating, theorizing of movies.
Yeah, like because there is other one. My problem with people these days with movies, especially these movies like Marvel and stuff, who's gonna get killed off in this film? Who's gonna die? Why?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Like seriously?
Here's the thing. I just do that to joke around
Me
because
too.
my mom has become like a big Marvel fan, and like the last few like Marvel movies, not including Thor: Love and Thunder, because I don't think she ever cared for Jane Foster. Like it feels like her favorite characters always die off. Like Endgame, Natasha and Tony Stark, Infinity War, Loki, No Way Home, Aunt May, Doctor Strange. She's convinced Wanda's dead, although I'm not convinced.
She's not dead. She went.
Yeah,
She was just.
but like I like to do that playful tease because I know like lately her favorite MCU characters have been getting the axe.
As a problem I have Marvel. If you want to have a send off, you don't necessarily need to kill him. Just have him not a real send off.
Like Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Yeah. Or this.
Like here's the thing. Here's what they can do with Spider-Man when Tom Holland eventually wants to retire the role. Have him like get a send off without getting killed by anyone and pass the mantle to Miles Morales. You can do that.
Like,
you don't have to be like the Ultimate Spider-Man comics where you kill Peter Parker. No, just give him a send off.
Agreed. That's it. It's a problem. Like that's a problem with almost movies these days. Who's gonna die? Fuck, I just don't.
It's like people want to think being dark and edgy means characters get killed off. It's like no.
Squalls. I think there's some bad squalls. Too. I think there will be some bad squalls, obviously, because they're basically a species, so there has to be some bad.
Yo, someone came up with a theory thinking that that guy from Damage Control is a Skrull. Do you believe that?
Which one?
The Agent Cleary guy that was in No Way Home and Miss Marvel.
Nah.
I think he's just a guy that has it out for the young heroes.
Yeah.
I can see him if they ever do Young Avengers, him appearing and being like the secondary antagonist.
I mean, I don't know how I felt about Miss Marvel, honestly. Like,
I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
The thing is that at the ending when she realized, oh, and when Bruno says she has like a certain like there's this mutation in her, and she's like, okay, okay, like this, like I don't like that. I'm sorry, George. You're a normal human being. When you have somebody comes up to you and says there's something wrong with your body, what do you say? Oh, okay, okay.
No, no, I would actually be like concerned and try to help them.
Yeah, I would just yeah.
But here's the thing, I've never been a big fan of the episode 6s of the Marvel shows outside of Loki and Hawkeye. Like those are the only 2 episode 6s that I actually did like.
Yes, episode fives are usually the best episodes for the series, right? For the 6 episode series.
I don't include WandaVision because that one was 9 episodes, so I don't include WandaVision in that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see with She-Hulk because that's 9 episodes.
By the way, what do you think about Daredevil? They're actually going for the 18 episodes for Daredevil.
So half of them are gonna be filler.
Yo, I'm like that's like everyone like that's been talking to me like has been like saying, "Oh man, Daredevil, can't believe it." Like my friends. Surprisingly, my supervisor hasn't like gushed over. He's more excited about the 2 Avenger films.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not excited about the Avengers films because I need to see the build up to those films first. You know, like.
Yeah, I agree.
Look,
I'm excited for them, but here's the thing: I want to see like, okay, who's gonna be our established team? Who are gonna be our main focused heroes? Because so far, the only heroes that have any experience right now with the multiverse has been Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and like the Sorcerers. Like we know Ant-Man, Wasp, and Ant-Man's daughter are gonna have that experience with Quantumanium, but who afterwards is gonna have that experience?
Exactly.
Like Captain America 4, like Sam Wilson's going to face a grounded threat. He's not going to be facing a multiversal threat.
A lot of people think Captain America New World Order, a lot of people think he's going to face a Nazi version of Captain America.
I think that I can see that happening in Secret Wars or even Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like literally like
I don't know if Chris Evans wants to do Captain America again.
Like our space heroes are facing space threats. It's like you only got like a few heroes who are familiar with the multiverse right now. Like who else is gonna be to actually like give us an update? And like here's the thing: like everyone forgot who Peter Parker is. So Spider-Man's gonna be off to a rough start once all that stuff happens.
I'm telling you, multiverse is a hard concept to do. It's a very hard concept to do.
And here's what we got to remember:
challenging to do.
The best film of Phase 4, which did deal with the multiverse, Spider-Man: No Way Home, that was also Sony. It wasn't all Marvel Studios. So,
like multiverses in comic books, right? Or time travel. They're usually there to like reboot.
Yeah, wasn't that what all the Crisis on Infinite Earth stories in DC did?
Yeah.
Because I have those stories, and I saw that they were basically reboots and retools.
Yeah, that's what they're. Yeah, basically. So.
I mean, if it wipes out the Sony verse, I'm all for it.
Yeah, but
because like I'm gonna be honest, the only things I'm looking forward to in the Sony verse are Venom 3 and Madam Web. And Madam Web is just to see the Spider-Verse, see if they're doing more with the Spider-Verse or other versions of like characters.
I think people are only excited for Madam because they get to see Sydney Sweeney in it.
I am curious. Like I'm wondering, like, is she gonna either be Black Cat or like Spider-Gwen? Like I'm like wondering.
Who else is in? Emma Roberts is in it, right? Emma Roberts is in it.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it me? Is it me or the film's getting are wrapping up quicker than usual? Like in 3 months now instead of like 6.
Yeah, it's like. Here's the thing. I expect like a Kevin Smith film to get done in 3 months, not a comic book movie.
Yeah, comic book movies are like it feels like um Craven the Hunter started filming last week, and it's been like 3 right, and it's already finished.
Yeah. Oh my. I tell you, like the rumors of Craven the Hunter, like Craven being like an animal activist, is like very concerning.
Oh yeah.
Like, here's the thing: Craven should be saved for the next trilogy of the Spider-Man movies. He's a perfect villain to like have in the next like Spider-Man movies, and Sony blew that.
They don't want animals to be
Like,
harmed.
here's the thing: like Craven's Last Hunt, that would be perfect for a Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland, the Craven's Last Hunt story arc.
Mm-hmm.
Like him being all alone, not having anyone, and then you got this hunter hunting him down, and then like thinking he's dead. Like, and maybe the black suit comes in and helps like get fight against Craven. Like that would have been perfect for a Spider-Man 4.
Oh yeah.
But like Sony just blew that with they're having a Craven film.
Oh, who's next to get a film from Sony? Um,
Yo, I should
Shocker's
be
you
in
guys
charge.
don't film. Oh no, Shocker already. Shocker already wasn't. Oh, Shocker's MCU, right? So
Yeah, he's in the MCU. He needs an upgrade.
yeah, I mean, like
No, they took Michael Keaton from the MCU and they put him in the Sonyverse.
yeah, so they can't. Oh yeah, they could put Shocker there. I mean, they could have him moved. See, that's a
Oh,
problem. That's a problem with MCU overall. How many people could do the multiverse thing? So there's like 1,000 ways for the multiverse to happen.
yo, what if like Craven the Hunter in the mid or end credit scene, it turns out Mysterio was alive in the MCU and he comes into the Sonyverse,
Oh,
but he still has knowledge of Peter Parker's identity since he's in a different universe, no longer in the MCU.
the thing is, guys, I know the actor. Okay, plays Thunderbolt. All right, he passed away. He was only in the MCU for like 5 minutes total, like 2 films. They're not gonna
Yo,
do anything with him.
he only had a major role in 2 films and had like brief cameos in Infinity War
Yeah,
and Endgame. Oh, he did have a small role in Black Widow, but Black Widow was like before Infinity War, so
it was between Civil War and Infinity War.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, like Thunderbolt Ross, like, do we really still need that guy around?
Yeah, and like he had like and no communication with none in the MCU. No communication with Hawk. Nothing to do with Betty. Like Betty is basically like invisible in that whole thing. Like,
Yo, the only like Incredible Hulk character that's gonna reappear is Abomination.
oh, and now they're gonna have She-Hulk, right? Like those two.
Yeah.
So they completely ignore Hawk's lore because obviously the Universal, right?
Yo, now
So now,
Hulk's doing the dab.
oh,
He went from being the serious hero to doing the dab. But hey, he did bring back half the universe back, so you know what? But here's the thing: is like
hey,
he looks like it looks
you
like
know
the
what?
snap didn't even affect him anymore.
You know what? If I saw Thanos be like Thanos' reasoning, I'd be like, Thanos, you know you could just snap for resources, right?
Oh my goodness!
It's true, right? Isn't it true? They can just snap for resources.
Yo, what if like Secret Wars, like the what if version of Thanos from the Black Panther episode appears and he's like, "Let's go, team! Let's take on Kang."
Yeah.
And like all the heroes that got snapped away by Thanos are like, "I'm never gonna get used to this." like you know, the last time we saw him, he tried killing us. Now he's our team mascot.
Thane comes out and it'll be like, Thane comes to kill Thanos. Nah, Thane ain't gonna show up in MCU. I'm sorry.
Oh my, yeah, that would just be crazy if like they did that. It's like, hey, we're gonna bring some what if characters to real life.
Oh yeah. Like Party Thor.
Oh my, yo, we already got Party Thor and Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, kind of.
Like literally, like for God's sakes, he was dressed like a rock star at the beginning of the film.
He like the way he battles at that beginning is like he destroys stuff too, right?
Yo, I thought he was gonna like shoot lightning out of a guitar in that fight.
Oh, I could definitely. Oh yeah, Thor is definitely into metal. Like if he probably does like headbanging if he listens to hard rock and stuff. Bangs his head, with his hair.
Yo, it's like, what if like the Guardians of the Galaxy saw the future and like, okay, we know what weird acid trip this is gonna go on. We're not gonna be a part of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, and is it me or was Korg like more annoying in this film that he was in
Annoying.
Ragnarok?
Annoying.
It's like they overdid it with Korg.
The whole thing was too much. The comedy. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like why?
It's like they basically said, okay, the last two movies and were pretty much downers with No Way Home and Doctor Strange. Let's make a much more hilarious movie with this one.
Oh yeah. When you have a serial killer, the villain who hates gods for kind of like an understandable reason, yeah, let's make a movie with a joke. Like,
Yo, could you imagine if Gore when he was killing the god, like they played Hip to Be Square from American Psycho?
I understand why now Matt Reeves doesn't want to do a Marvel movie.
Yo, because his characters are gonna become even more over the top.
Yeah, like, I mean, Batman has some over the top villains, right? I mean, you could make Joker, but the thing is, Joker's creepy when he's.
Yo, like, here's the thing. What if they do Bane in the MCU? It's like Bane gonna be like, "I'm gonna break the Batman's back," or it's like, let's say like Batman and Spider-Man like team up to fight against Bane. It's like, I can also break the Spider's back.
Yeah, if you
catch it's like, and Spider-Man's like, why is this dude sounding like a Saturday morning cartoon villain?
I mean, isn't Dark Knight Rises Bane pretty much the MCU villain?
But Bane gave some epic speeches at least, though. It's like,
yeah,
like MCU Bane would literally he'd be more like a mercenary like kind of villain where like someone hires him and he's like, time to break the bat.
Oh no, yeah, like I just want the Joker in MCU would be like. I wonder what the Joker would be like. Well, they have Carnage. No, what? No, the MCU heroes have never seen a villain like the Joker. Never.
The closest was like Goblin from No Way Home.
Green Goblin, yeah, the closest, yeah.
But again, that was only Spider-Man. Like, none of the others have dealt with a psychopath like that.
But the thing is, you got to remember, Green Goblin, No Way Home, but it's kind of like Two-Face with two personalities. Joker doesn't have two personalities.
Yeah, no, Joker's like 100% insane. Like, he's insane full time.
Or is he faking it? Because you know what? Because he's never been diagnosed with one specific illness, the Joker. Never, not even one.
Yo, it's like, how would the MCU handle Arkham? It's like what are they gonna do when a villain goes to Arkham? Like, you're gonna see the previous villains make cameos playing cards at the table.
It can't. I mean, most of the villains most of the villains are human, right? So
yeah,
they wouldn't stand a chance against some of the Avengers. Like Bane probably could stand a good chance against Captain America. Like some of Batman's villains are not good at If Scarecrow is managed to get fear toxin to them, that's a different story. And if Joker gets Joker toxin, yeah, you're done. You're done.
But here's the thing: I can picture a mid-credit scene where where Batman's talking to like one of the heroes and saying, "So that's how I took care of Bane." He's like, "So wait, none of your villains ever get killed?" It's like, "No, I put them in Blackgate or Arkham. Why?" And all the other Avengers are like, "So wait a minute, your villains don't die after you fight them?" No, because I don't kill.
And he would say, "I'm not judge, jury, executioner." You tell him that.
And he just walks away, and like all the heroes are like, Dude, he just burned us without even trying to burn us.
Yeah, yeah.
I can picture someone making a quip like that. Or like
Because
imagine Superman the MCU
even
being like,
Superman does the same thing. And
yo,
Superman's
the
super powered.
Superman would be like, well, there's a reason why, because he's Batman.
Yeah, like Batman myth. The reason why he wouldn't kill is because, well, he become like a Joker,
Yeah. Yeah,
basically.
like yeah, and some people prefer their Batman to kill like in BVS, like
But that's not Batman. He gets more brutal. Like, but
yeah, no, like that's the thing. He gets more brutal. Like if they just made him like a more brutal take that doesn't kill, then like there wouldn't be no problem.
they only they only kill they only kill the only reason that people die is because they're not going to use them in the next film or something. If you're like, that's the only reason, right? But yeah, Batman be like, because like the Avengers kind of work with the government, and while Batman doesn't work with the government, he doesn't trust government. He knows if he does what he does, he end up being like the Joker, and he knows he'd be like disappointing his parents, and he knows the police where they'll go after him. The police, military, because Batman doesn't see himself as a hero. He is a hero, but he sees himself as a vigilante, right? More than a hero. So he knows everybody will go after him. Remember, in the Dark Knight, not the movie, obviously. Well, the graphic novel. The government sent Superman after him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo, literally I can see Batman like telling Spider-Man, like, listen, out of all the heroes, I respect you the most because you don't kill and like you're basically similar to me. But don't tell anyone I said that or I'm going after you. Like I can literally see him like doing that, like him and Spider-Man having like a banter back and forth.
um,
And like then
the,
Batman saying,
the
I
Avengers,
hope Clark doesn't meet him one day.
the Avengers won't kill if somebody's really defeated and defenseless. Like if the villain is down and defeated, they won't finish them off.
Yeah, like Loki, like they didn't kill
Yeah,
Loki.
yeah. They think burn Zemo. They're not like Punisher. Punisher will finish you off. The Avengers are not like that. That's the difference. In battle, in terms of battle, yeah, it's different. That's different. But Batman will say there's always another way, though. And you're right. With the Doctor Strange stuff, you'd be like, bullshit.
Yeah, he would not accept Doctor Strange's only one pathway to victory.
Yeah, he would not. He would say there's always another way. And that's true. That's true. I mean, like, Batman could easily kill anyway, but he doesn't choose to because he's not a judge or executioner. He leaves up to the courts, even though the
The
courts are
courts
pretty
are
bad in
corrupt.
Gotham.
They're corrupt themselves.
Yeah, that's there's nothing you can do about that, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, you can't do much about that.
I mean, or at least try to get good people. I mean, like good people that try to help in the courts, like Harvey Dent, and become Two Face.
Yeah, so no Marvel news today. I was checking, although the Funko
No,
Pops for Toby and Andrew and Doc Ock were revealed.
oh really? Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I didn't see. I saw that.
yeah, we're finally getting those finally. Yo, by the way, I have a quick question. What's going on with the Spider-Man freshman year stuff? Because I'm so confused.
I have no fucking idea. Like I have
It's
no
like,
idea.
is this like a what if Spider-Man universe where like where these characters like actually did exist and like Norman Osborn is Spider-Man's mentor instead of Tony Stark?
Is it part of MCU or not?
That's what I'm wondering, because
I
here's the thing. Charlie Cox is going to voice Daredevil in the show. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange is also going to appear and know Peter ahead of time.
Here's the thing: if it's MC, I personally, this is my opinion, don't have no connection to MCU. Whether it's in a different universe or not, shouldn't be a connection to MCU. Just make it a separate thing.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I think it's similar to the X-Men 97 series. It's only under the Branch Marvel Studios.
Yeah. Okay, it's a multiverse. Yeah, but just don't have no connection to MCU. I'm sorry. Just make it a separate thing with it. That's all. That's all. Don't.
Here's the thing. I think it started off as a prequel to Civil War, but now it's become its own universe. Because if you think about it, what supervillains can like a young Peter Parker face off before Civil War and Homecoming? Especially when like half his rogue gallery was already established, he didn't know about until No Way Home.
That's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't know. It's
And you
really,
got to have some villains in there for like the college trilogy.
it's really like, just don't make it part of MCU in any way. I don't care what
Yeah.
you even if it's a different universe. Just have it as its own separate thing. That's all. That's I think that's for the best. I know for a fact X-Men 97 is actually MCU.
You think it's in like the 838 universe?
Yeah. Because Magneto takes over as leader of the X-Men. So that means the X-Men 92 series, the 90 series, is MCU now? What?
Well, Spider-Man the animated series also MCU?
Spider-Man, yeah, because that's the same universe.
So wait a minute. Spider-Man the 838 universe. Wait a minute. He's Tobey Maguire. because if he wasn't, because that's the closest to being Tobey Maguire's 90s Spider-Man.
Wait. Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man.
So wait, Toby.
Marvel does not do a good job of assuring stuff like that.
So Toby should have said, when asked about the Avengers, he said, "Well, we got the Illuminati."
Illuminati. Here's the thing: they're going to Illuminati and they're going to the New World Order. Yeah. Listen, secret organizations, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna have like the Eye or something. Okay.
And Iron Man the animated series is also MCU then.
It's so dumb.
And Tom Cruise plays that version. I'm Moth Culture now.
Moth Culture. Oh my god. They're just as bad as Kikasi.
Oh my goodness. Like I can see Moth Culture saying
Definitely
that.
Not.
Like
Definitely
Secret Wars, you're gonna see live action versions of the 90s animated characters.
Oh.
Yo, speaking of Geekosity, like, I wonder how they're going to twist this whole thing around about the no Henry Cavill announcement and what Jim Lee said.
Dude, these guys need a wake-up call. Like, people that can't accept fact. Like, it's not the real world out there. And there's people like boycott DC. Why don't you boycott for legit real causes?
Yo, I saw a certain Jedi like was giving money to people he's supposed to hate.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like literally, like what was like that was just.
Yeah.
It's like, look, if Jim Lee says it, I'm gonna take Jim Lee's word over Mikey Sutton, because Jim Lee is so connected with what's going on.
I think I'll take Mikey Sutton's word over Jim Lee, though.
No, my God. Oh no, oh my.
Yeah.
Listen. The only scooper I honestly trust is Daniel RPK, because he got a lot of stuff about No Way Home correct. Not everything, but he got a lot right. And when he got something wrong, he at least admitted that was just what I heard. I didn't know if it was official or not myself.
Kikasi doesn't admit when they're wrong. They never do. They always double it down.
Like, did they ever print a retraction after they said Ben Affleck was going to be in Batgirl, but it landed up being Michael Keaton? No.
They won't. They won't. It's like I'm tired of their the BS. They're the frauds. They're con artists, especially on YouTube channels. You know, making people believe in something that's not true. It's 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 despicable in my opinion. Getting people's hopes up for something they want to enjoy. It's something that's not going to happen. Like I hope people will wake up to the grift, man. Like seriously, just wake up. Like
Here's the thing.
people. Go
It's
ahead.
like Doomcock. They hear what they want to hear, not the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I want to hear things I want to hear, but sometimes I accept that that's not true. Like we all want to hear what we want to hear, right? Like for something,
Yeah.
but most people have a sense to wake up and realize it's not happening, and they move on. You get frustrated, and disappointed, but you move on. These people live in a bubble, live in a fantasy world, hoping, and like you know what Aristotle says about hope. Hope is a waking dream. Hope is not always a good thing. Hope is always the last thing. When hope is the last thing, that's not a good sign.
Listen, I work with kids. I've been working with kids last few years. A lot of these YouTubers act more entitled than
Yes.
the kids I work with. Listen, they act more immature than the kids I work with. And this summer I usually work with kindergarten. I'm working with first and second grade this summer. Like it's just crazy, like how like these adult YouTubers act more immature than like these kids that are like 20 to 40 years younger than them.
It's yeah. Man, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. We could talk a little bit after. So yeah, thank you for coming on, George.
Hey, no problem. And
Like,
I'm glad to see that you're back.
yeah, I was gonna come back earlier, but you know, as I said, laptop issues.
Yeah. I had that problem last year around the time Shang-Chi came out. So my Shang-Chi review came out a week later, and my laptop came in like a day or two later than it was supposed to.
Understandable. But yeah, yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to hear from you, everybody else who here in the chat or in the DM group. And I'm gonna try to get on more. I'm trying to get back on Max's channel. I was planning to come back this week anyway, in his channel and talk. But yeah, subscribe to my channel, guys. Here, like, share, subscribe, whatever. You know the typical drill. And I'll set up something soon this week. Take care, guys. George, just go ahead. You can plug.
All right, yeah, so you can just catch me at Just George. And right now, I'm actually doing a different kind of review series. I'm doing Kevin Smith reviews leading up to Clerks 3, except for Dogma because I don't have Dogma, but I'm going to try to review everything else.
Great show. Movie. Yeah, so take care, everybody.